Hi viewers, today we are going to cover DBMS and we will teach you what is DBMS and what all the components are in DBMS, what is the need of DBMS and how the storage is acting in a DBMS and data while inserting and retrieving, and what is the use of DBMS. So what are types of DBMS and what is the advantages of DBMS. So before moving to this chapter, we will request you, if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe the channel and don't forget to click on bell icon. Yeah, DBMS stands for Database Management System. We can break it like this: database and management system. Database is a collection of data and database is a collection of data and management system is a set of program to store and retrieve those data. Based on this, we can define DBMS like this: DBMS is a collection of interrelated data and set of program to store and access those data in an easy and effective manner. So effective manner in the sense the data we can store from anywhere, any program you can from any application, any program you can store in a database, and it is designed such a manner where you can retrieve the data very easily and smoothly, and it will avoid the duplication as well. So what is the need of DBMS? There are a lot of applications and a lot of files which was launched before DBMS, and lot of access which was launched. So what is the need of DBMS here? Database systems are basically developed for large amount of data. When dealing with huge amount of data, when we say huge amount, that should be a terabyte data, and there are two things that is required to optimizations: storing of data and retrieval of data. Storing in the sense the data should be stored in the optimized level. It could reduce the space as well, and the retrieval should be very fast. When it comes for a performance like a banking and internet, the performance should be very high. So here DBMS is acting in such a manner where your data storage will optimizing less space and retrieval should be very high. So what is the storage? According to the principle of database system, the data is stored in such a way that is acquired lot less space as the redundant of data. That means it will avoid the duplications, has been removed before storing the data, and the space also consuming very less. Fast retrieval of data. Along with the storing the data in an optimized and systematic manner, it is also important that we retrieve the data quickly when needed. Database system ensure that the data is retrieved as quick as possible. So as I informed you, retrieval of data is very very conscious when it comes to performance. Nowadays every area require the performance, like a banking or internet, or you are accessing from e-commerce site or anywhere. The performance should be no one is compromise on a performance. So retrieval of data and storing the data is very big goal for a DBMS. So when as a user, as a developer, when we talk about any program, then obviously we will in our mind we will question that what is the use of that program. So here users of application, okay, use and users of application. There are different type of users and can retrieve the data on demand using applications and interface provided by DBMS. They are native user, online user, and application program, and sophisticated users, database user. As when we talk about native, that is like a from any side you can connect that server and you can call that particular. And online users, like you are connecting from some front end tool or from program like a application program. Some applications you can connect directly like that. And obviously the database, you as a user you can connect the database and you can retrieve the data. And sophisticated users, some user can connect from some different applications like a MySQL to SQL to some other via DBMS only it is possible. So here we have a wide variety for connecting that particular applications. So uses of DBMS, it is a wide range and many sector like so first we talk users of, and now we are talking about users of DBMS. It is used in wide range in many sector like a banking, airlines, universities, human resource, manufacturing and selling, and many more. This is used because of following useful parameter like not only effective but it also effective in data management, easy to understand. You can like it is a GUI method. Some database is supporting in GUI as well as a command prompt, so it is very easy to understand in GUI method. So easy to understand, strictly secure. The data which we are dumping, it is strictly secure. And ability of a query processing, the processing way is very smooth and it will not allow any duplications while updating or inserting. And sharing of information, the sharing of information is very strict, and you can share the information for particular user, authorized user only able to access. Making decision is very easy here, and accessing the data and retrieving data is very fast. So these all are the feature uses of DBMS. And before this we talk already users, how to use the DBMS while how to connect the DBMS. So now we are moving to component of DBMS. The DBMS have 5 major components in which the following are the hardware, software, data and user processor. Hardware is nothing but an actual component system which is used for keeping and accessing database. And database hardware has a secondary storage device like a hard disk, database machine. This secondary storage device are designed specifically to support the database. In DBMS they have internal component which will support for a database program. And coming to the software, it is actual DBMS, and between the actual storage data and the user system there is the presence of layer of software called DBMS. It is controlling the data access and can maintain the consistency of information. The consistency of information mean it will maintain the consistency of data duplication as well as retrieving the data and updating the data. It will not allow multiple user updating at the same time, same record. So you do not want to enter any duplication. You do not want to miss the data. That is ensuring in a DBMS. The most vital component of DBMS environment is none other than data for user pointer of view. It acts as a machine between a machine component and the user component database. As I told earlier, should contain all the data needed by the organization. You can easily retrieve the data very easily and very fastly. and you can easily update number of data at a one time, and there are a lot of automation which is present for updating high level, huge level of data and huge level of insertion possible here. So the retrieval and insertion and updating and avoiding duplications and and storing the huge amount of data and taking a backup. There are a lot of facilities which are provided in DBMS. Well, user can access data on demand. Why? By using application and interface provided by the data management system. Type of users as follow. Some users are connecting, as I told here already, I explained. Some users are connecting from native one, someone is from online, some applications, some like that. There are a lot of users are connecting in different ways, and the procedure refers to instructions and rules that govern and design the data along with the requirement of a procedure to run the system. So here while running the DBMS, it should not be a complicated. For that, log on DBMS itself having some tool while connecting to that particular database. It should be, you can log in via GUI, via command prompt. So GUI is the best for every user. So you have a logon options for DBMS. User particular starting and stopping DBMS is very easy, and taking a backup online for ensuring the data is available. These all functions which is provided by DBMS. Handling hardware or software failure itself in a hardware and software failure which is managing by DBMS software internally and making it available for a next connection. These all things are managing by DBMS itself for a particular program. That program, there are lot of DBMS program. Some are like IMS, DB2, MySQL, Oracle, SQL. Some now there are some no SQL which is using DBMS, but not a structural query language it is following. So type of DBMS we already discussed, and what all the advantages. So let's move on advantages of DBMS. Database management system has many advantages, and they are like, in DBMS the redundancy problem can be solved, and has a very high security level, presence of referential integrity, and supporting multiple users at the same times, like in one time you can user can connect from multiple programs and multiple area, and there should not be a limitation, and limitation we can set and we can increase the limitation as well. Supporting multiple user at as I told here, you can retrieve a data at the same time someone can update the particular data. Independency of data you can easily see as you dump, and you can easily view the data, but there should not be encrypting data, or there should not be some other layman language which you can't understand. So it is easily readable while retrieving the data. So avoiding inconsistency, the data is available for every user, and the consistency is very high here, so it is completely avoided inconsistency. And shared data, you can share the data in every language, like from SQL to, you can export the data to SQL to Oracle, or Oracle to SQL, or MySQL. You can easily export to some other language, or you can export to some, like let's say Excel or a flat file, like that. It is very convenient for a user, and you can easily make a report it available. And prefer to solve enterprise requirement than individual requirement. So it is solving every problem like a individual as well as a corporate level. Any unauthorized access is restricted here. Without here the recovering of data is very easy, and it will provide the backup of data, and manufacturing of this particular RDBMS is manufacturing cost is affordable, and controlling of concurrency, and can develop data modeling. That's it, and hope you enjoy today's sessions. We have covered DBMS definitions, and what all the component which is used for DBMS, and users of DBMS and user of DBMS, and there we have discussed about what is the need of DBMS, and how the storage is acting, and how the retrieval of data is behaving. So in this chapter we have covered a lot of things about DBMS, and hope you enjoy this session. So if you are new to this session, and if you like my video, kindly subscribe and